first things first, the camera. Of course, you can't have a camera bag without a camera. So this is my camera of choice. Right now I have the 50mm on it. Almost dropped it. That's how I dropped my phone. And 50mm 1.4 1.8 is 1.8, and I always keep a lens on the camera because I can't find the cap for it. So yeah, and it always gets me in the mood to shoot. So that's the camera. Next, I have this. This is a adapter for a vintage lens that I have. It's actually right here, and yeah, vintage bokeh, looks beautiful. I want to get out with this a little bit more because it's just neat. It's just neat. When I'm out and about, I take this around. I'm just taking photos. I just carry this tangled sling, and it attaches nicely, sling around my shoulder, and it's a nice hip pull, I guess I want to call it. But yeah, gets the job done. Stay secure with this thing right here. I can take this off, but I never take it off, and I always screw it on just like this. I don't take this off to screw it on the camera. This thing, it locks right here, so it locks it in place so I can't unlock. That's about it. Next, of course, the Gorilla Pod for when I'm doing video. So this thing is somewhat reliable as long as you're not rushing and you take time to find that structure, you know, because it's architecture. I mean photography. So you just find the structure, and so it can stand up straight and balances well. It's very simple. Next, another accessory for the next lens that I'm about to go over is a lens hood, and usually use this when you're out in the daylight, out in the sun, and you want to open up your aperture and you want to protect your lens. So I don't really use this that much. Maybe I will one day. And this is for this lens, the Sigma 17-50, and great versatile lens for photo and video. If it was, you know, if you want to get as wide as 17 but punch it in to 50, or usually these past few months I've been going the 28-35 because it gives a great depth when I'm taking photos, and I don't have a lens that's at 35, so pretty good aperture at 2.8, so I can do well in low light. Only problem I have with this is the autofocus. It makes this noise when it autofocuses, so that's the only thing bad about this lens. I have this like protection lens cap, so it blocks the UV rays, and also is scratch resistant. So, but I have like a scratch on my lens, and I only have it because I took this off for like 30 seconds. That's how things work. So yeah, very versatile. I like it. It has it has optical stabilization. I guess it's good as image stabilization. On-off switch. So usually for video, leave it on. For photography, leave it off. Next, the pancake lens, 24mm. I like carrying this around because it's lighter than this big behemoth. This one is just, I feel it right now, it's heavy. This one is just like a Tic Tac. Toss this in the bag and it's all good. This has a beautiful autofocus too. So, at 2.8, so it's good in low light. I want to get out more with this street photography and see how well I like the focal length for capturing, not all up in somebody's grill, but you know, just being there, getting a great capture. Next, I have something I haven't used at all because I can't figure it out. It's a neutral density filter, and I might have paid too much for this one. I could have bought a cheaper one, but I have it. I think it's for long exposures. I thought I could use this like for video, but right now it's just not working for video, so maybe when I get out into nature I I can try it out and see if it works with like water or like clouds for a time lapse. So yeah, I still have to learn about this. So I always keep this in this container because I never use it. Of course, you need memory cards. This one is actually a micro. You see the little green thing right there? It's a micro. And I have two. I had three, but I really don't know where the other one is. So yeah, 32 gigabytes on both. So I have enough storage for anything. Back when I did weddings, what I did helped out with wedding photography and video. 232s would get me through just about anything. Next up, there are batteries for my phone if I'm out for a long time or if I'm on a trip and I'll be out all day. So I bought this one first. I lost this one, so I bought this one. And of course, I found this one. So, you know how things go. Have two. Two is better than one. These are not charged. I probably should charge them just in case I want to go out and I forget to charge my phone throughout the day. Speaking of batteries, you need this right here to charge the camera battery, of course. And yeah, so one more thing, the bag. The bag is the typical you are what you are bag. Camera bag, the basic bag. I usually use my book bag because I'm only carrying the camera, one of the tripods, the sling, or just one or two lenses. Usually just one lens on the camera, and I either drop the sunglasses off the table. It's either the Joby or the arm sling. So keep pretty minimal, and this is about it. One more thing as I talk about the Joby is the microphone. So this thing right here, everybody asks me, what is this thing? Is that a squirrel? No, it's not a squirrel. It's they call it a dead cat. It helps it helps block the wind away from the microphone. This one, fairly cheap, one of the cheapest but best sounding mics that pretty much anybody can afford. It has this like shock mount, keeps it from bouncing around and clanging. So that's that, and very simple, 3.5 millimeter headphone jack. It's not a headphone jack, just the jack, and it connects to the camera just like that. Fairly simple, easy as pie. Alright, thanks. Hope you enjoyed this video. That's it. Let's get a selfie. Oh, this is not gonna work with the 50. Let's see how this goes. Focus on.